Hey Stampin' friends, welcome to the Joy of Stamping with Rachel. I'm Rachel Kuhn and it's Fun Fold Friday. Today I'll be showing you how to make a really fun tux card that is also a gatefold. So go ahead and hold while I pause and I'll show you how I make this. Alright, that looks pretty good. So this card is super cute and just really fancy. And we are using the suit and ties dies, but this one we've also made so that way it has a belly band and can open up, which is really fun. Kind of like a jacket that would open up. I love it. Let me go ahead and show you how. The trickiest part for this one, let me set it right here so we can see it still, is that initial first cut to make it open up. What we use is just a regular piece of our basic black, and we have it measuring at the 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 2 1/8, and then you flip it in your trimmer, and 2 1/8 on this side is also scored, just like that. Then what we would do is take this, and we're gonna go ahead and get our score lines nice and folded. Let me show you what we'll do. So in that dies comes this really cool V shape. And this usually makes the shape that you would put for the white insert of the shirt or something for the suit. But for what we're going to do is use it to open up our jacket. You would take this, and if you notice on the dies, it does not cut all the way up. You see where there's missing that gap right there? It's easier when there you go. Kind of see it there. So you want to make sure you have it overlapping just a little bit. And you're going to try to center it so that this part is right here in the middle. And you're going to grab your old retired washi tape and grab off 2 pieces of it. And we are going to have just 2 of those sides are going to be pinned down. And we have to do one side at a time. All right, so let me show you. So again, we'll get this V lined up to the center of our card. So that part is right here, and they have that little overlap on the top. And then you would just put a little bit of washi tape here. And then we would open up this side here. I have my die cutting machine plates just to show you how you would do it. So I would make a sandwich like that and lay it flat. So that way it's not cutting anything else but this one. Because we don't want this to shimmy, as sometimes the die cutting machine will make it shake, then you would go ahead and washi tape this part down as well. Then you'd run that through your machine, and you do that to both sides. And when you're done, it'll come out looking just like this. Isn't that awesome? All right, the next part then is that we gotta dress it up. Let me go ahead and get these edges a little bit flatter for my liking. And I have a stitched, the largest stitched one, I believe, is this one right here. And I use that for my inside for his shirt. Let's go ahead and glue that in. And then we can start building his cute little tux. So just kind of center that in there. Next, we're going to need our collar. And when you do this one, you'll cut out 2 collars, one to make your cute pocket with right here, and one to actually put on this part there. We're going to go ahead and grab, I think we'll just use some liquid glue for this one. And you mostly want to just have the glue on the top and center that on our rectangle, just like so. And make sure that's lining up. See, I'm going to scoot that just a little bit. There we go. So it lines up in line with our jacket when it's closed. Then we're going to add our long strip here. Using that basic white, I have this little collar. Not collar, sorry. This is more like the center of your buttons. We'll put a little bit of glue on the back of this. And make sure you take off just a little bit at the end, so leave some glue into it, and we're just going to slide it in there. just like this maybe. There we go. Just lift that up and bring it down and get it as straight as you can. Then we'll take our paper snips and we'll cut off that extra. You probably could have, should have done this before we glued on our rectangle. Note to self. All right, let's work on that bow tie now. And with this one, we just want to give it a little bit more curl to it. So take your bone folder and your thumb and press them on top of each other and just kind of curl it ever so lightly. Just like that. Just do it a couple times to get that bend. Just like that. Awesome. Then we're going to use a glue dot because we want this one just to pop up a little bit more. Like that. And put it on his right above. This dies even have a cute little center for your bow. So we'll attach that as well. Hey, so glad you guys are on here. I forgot to mention, make sure you say something because one of you will win today's card, which is super fun. All right. Oh, my glue's going crazy. Let me grab something to wipe that. You see that little spot? There we go. All right. For the buttons, all I do is just make lots of little dots. And I have usually about 10 buttons or so. I try to keep them spaced as evenly as possible, but just kind of eyeball it. And you use your take a pick tool and attach each of these buttons. Just stick it and move it around like that. So glad you guys are here. Hopefully you guys have seen this set and wanted to play with it. These ones are with the dies. I'm not even using the stamp set, which is a handsomely suited for this card. And if you didn't have the dies and still want to make a card like this, you can make this jacket without using that die as well. You would just have to measure out how wide you want it to be and measure how you want it there and then put your trimmer at an angle and do that to both sides of your gatefold. So that's a sneaky way, just in case you didn't have these dies yet. You could still make the card, but then be trickier to do all these little fun pieces in here as well. Sorry, I'm trying to get these ones to flip over our buttons. I'll put that one right there. Hopefully you guys are having nice weather. It is ridiculously hot today in California for January. Almost for any day. I think we're up to the mid 80s. Usually we're like low 70s, like a nice, perfect weather. But today it is warm. All right, my last button. We're going to let that part dry for a second. And I'm going to show you how we're going to make our cute little pocket for this one. So I showed you the other day how you can use the ends of a pocket to make a handkerchief, or you can use the end of ties to make a handkerchief as well. This one, we're actually going to use the collar. And you can see that it is very fragile, and you can either cut it or just kind of pull it apart. Then I'm going to turn it one way and keep it the other. See, it was like that. And I'm just going to flip it around like that. Then we'll put some glue on the back of here and attach our cool little handkerchiefs, the white ones. I thought the white looked really fancy with this one, and you're just going to slide it to have it fit where you want it to be and hold it so it sticks. There we go. And just add some more glue to the back of that, and we can add it to our front of our tucks here. Right about, give ourselves some wiggle room. Right about there. And get it back in view so you see that, sorry. But we cannot forget our fun little lapels right here. They come die cut together, so since ours is a gatefold, we're going to cut it right in the center and glue those on as well. This is great because these will cover up, when we die cut that earlier, it leaves kind of like an imprint right there from that V shape. So these lapels will cover that up just right. And you'll just need a little bit of glue, but make sure you're gluing it on the right side. So we'll do that one. Just line it up. Just like that. And we'll do one more over here. Phyllis says it's warm in Utah right now too. Crazy weather. Crazy, crazy. Alright, and we'll just line that one up on there as well. So when it's closed, it's looking like that awesome tux. I'll make sure it's flowing just right. Okay, so the last part is just this belly band. And you create that really easy. I've already pre-stamped our congratulations, but you can use any saying that you think would be appropriate with a tux. This one could even use some of the sayings from the Handsomely Suited, but this one I used from a Grand Kid stamp set, that one, because I really like that font. And I just cut out a piece of basic white using our rectangle dies, which is the same set from this one. All right, so we'll add that to our belly band in just a second. I have this piece of basic black right here, and it's about 3/4 of an inch by, I want to say 10 1/4. It's not too big. And we're going to take that, and we're going to put it underneath our card, and I'm going to just fold it in, kind of like putting on a belt. And we're going to crease it on one side right there, and I'm going to make it so this one meets to this side right there, just like that. And when I pinch my sides, I don't even have to make score lines. It just automatically goes to the size that we need, so no measuring there. However, we're going to use some tear tape, and we want to make sure we leave some room for our belt to breathe. Otherwise, if a belly band is on too tight, it is really hard to get off. And we don't want them not to be able to open the card. Oh, and I went a little too far with my tear tape, so let me just scoot that over a little bit. Okay, well, I guess I could probably cover that up even, so it'd be fine. So we'll peel off that tear tape, and what I'm going to do is kind of hold the card down like that, and then I'm going to let go the bottom and let it catch itself on the one that's right above it, and then I'll pinch it together, and that will give me just enough room for my belly band to slide off, but not fall off. See that? We can make it go up and down with ease, and it's still staying on. All right, then we just need to attach our cool little congratulations. You can either use glue or dimensionals, whatever you have handy. And you want to cover up that spot that we had connecting the belly band, so that way you can't even see. On the back, if you wanted to add more space for a message, just add a 4 by 5 1/4 piece of the white cardstock, and then you'll have a spot to write on it. All right, you guys, I hope you've enjoyed learning this really cool fun fold card that opens up into a tux jacket. I love it. All right, you guys, have a wonderful weekend. Happy stamping, everyone. Goodbye.